So guys, this is going to be another more formal sit-down vlog than some of the other ones, and occasionally these will come in more with some serious stuff. So today is going to be about my scan. Tomorrow morning I have my 5-monthly scan to see what's going on with my brain tumour on my left frontal lobe. Typically before this I've had scans every 3 months, or tri-monthly, to see a rate of growth, if any, a rate of sort of degress, if it's getting smaller, or what's happening amongst that. These scans come in the form of an MRI and a functional MRI. Tomorrow is a MRI. The difference really is they're the same sort of test, but a functional is a lot longer, and you do some things like this and wiggle your toes in like an order, and they're a specific order, and that actually shows where the blood and sort of the neurological electronics is going on through your brain to see if the tumour is part of that at all. So say my tumour sits on my right motor strip, and if I do this, does the tumour actually light up? Does it actually control some of my brain? Typically before this, no, and that's a functional. I'm not having a functional MRI, I'm having a normal MRI. So I digress. So I really before this lived in 3-month blocks, that I'd have a scan, 3 months, find out the result, and then have another. And I've never really had a long period off treatment to see what the tumour's doing. I had my initial scan that showed up my tumour, and then I pretty much jumped within the next couple of months or weeks onto chemo. The tumour got a lot smaller very quickly on chemo, and then slowed right down to the point where over the 13 months or 12 rounds of my chemo, I only lost 6 millimetres of the tumour, it's about 42 mils now. Anyway, yeah, and those are not easy scans to have, same as this one tomorrow. It does, make you a bit more stressed. It does affect you, because one of these scans eventually has to start going wrong. So far, they've all gone right. There's been no growth, no really anything bad happen. We've had a cyst sort of on the tumour, but that was sort of a grayer of, is it a biopsy tract, which is where they cut into it, or is it a cyst? But surgeons, no one's worried about it, so it's, I guess, no big deal. If they're not worried, I'm not worried. So yeah, this is the longest period I've had off any treatment, off anything, and between having a scan, so it is a bit nerve-wracking. Tomorrow's the scan, and then I think on Wednesday is the results of the scan with my doctor, Professor Amal Abu Hamdan, who's great, to find out. So what we're really looking for is the tumour getting smaller, which won't happen because there's been no external sort of drugs or anything in my body for that to happen. But what we really want is it just to stay the same, not to get any bigger. That's not what we want at all, or it should change types. Brain tumours can get larger very quickly, can change types very quickly. If you watch my thing with Charlie Teo, my podcast, he talks about how brain tumours can fully transform in 16 hours. Unlike any other cancer that can take weeks, days, whatever, brain tumours 16 hours can double in size and double in grading of tumours, and that can happen. To the point where he actually thinks a lot of these periodic scans I'm having are hopeless, because he said, no, you'll know something's wrong, your hand will stop working because it sits on your motor strip, and that's when you'll come in and see me, not from one of these scans. But the periodic scans is something I've chosen to do. So if it is growing, we can actually get a clear picture of how quick it's growing. I'm trying to get as clear as we can, and when we might do a more invasive treatment, being a surgery, radio, whatever. So yeah, I finished chemo about 7 or 8 months ago. I had a scan right at the end, and I had, I think, a 2-monthly scan, and then it's been 5 months since then, in the new year. So look, we're hoping to see no growth, but we don't know. I get very agitated, very sort of angry around this time, and it's just, I try and control it as much as I can, but I think one of my best ways of mitigating looking like an asshole or having it get worse is literally just telling people around me, like, hey, look, I'm going to be agitated for this period of time. It's a hard fucking week for me. Look, I'm sorry if I have an outburst or whatever, but this is just how it's going to happen. And once the week's over, the week's done. And then I also think about that, really, I shouldn't be nervous. I don't have to do anything. I go tomorrow morning, I go in, lay down on a bench, 45 minutes later, I stand up and walk out. You sit in a tube for an MRI. And then on Wednesday, I walk in and get some results, and if they're good, they're good. If they're bad, then we have to deal with that, and I'll be with you guys all through this. But we get the result, and we either do nothing or we have to do something more invasive. A lot of people, how do you live with it? Well, I have no other option than to live with it. And living in these small bouts, I think, sometimes is almost a good thing, because it almost teaches me, well, I've got 3 more good months. I need to do, what can I do in these next 3 months, because the next one might be shit. So it almost is a recheck on your mortality every 3 months for me. Well, this will be 5, but typically 3. It's almost like a mortality check of, well, you're still here, you're still going, okay, 3 month interval of what can we get done. So I guess that's one way of how I look at it, because these are never easy, and I know they're hard on my family. My family arrived yesterday to come to not the scan with me, but the results with me, because they want to get the first-hand information, not bloody Chinese whispers from me through bloody Facebook or seeing my Instagram post, because that's probably what goes up first, or a vlog. So yeah, and the results will be up as soon as I'm aware. So I hope this clears up some stuff about the scans and how it's all happening. I've cleaned up my studio today. There will be a vlog coming on everything in here and how everything's changed and what I'm doing. Also one on these vlogs getting more serious. There will be a vlog about vlogs, I guess, and then one over my wardrobe. But that said, if you've got any ideas you would like to know from me, anything you want me to talk about, anything you want me to vlog about, anything you want to see, as long as it's YouTube's terms and conditions, which I'm not getting naked, put it in the comments. I reply to every single comment on this, as well as Instagram. So chuck it in there, I'll get back to you, and I'll note it down, and I'll try and do my best I can. As always with these, thanks for spending time with me. Thank you very much, guys. I hope you've had a great weekend, being Sunday afternoon. And a great week, as I hope I'll have a great week with these results. So fingers crossed of how tomorrow and then Wednesday goes. Thanks, guys. Have a nice week. I'm Matt Willy Williams. I partied my way through high school. I joined the army straight out of school as a rifleman. I deployed to Afghanistan for 8.5 months as a crew commander at 20 and turned 21 over there. I've travelled the world twice, jumped from planes, dove under the sea, drank from shoes in over 20 countries, and I regret nothing. Returning home, in a regular doctor's checkup, I was diagnosed with an incurable, inoperable brain tumour on my 22nd birthday. Since then, I've made it my mission to enjoy my life as much as I can and show that terminal illness doesn't mean your life can't be successful, meaningful, and fucking awesome, whilst putting in as much effort as I can to raising money for brain cancer research. 12 months of chemo done, 60,000 plus donated to research, and I'm fucking happier than ever. This is my story of refinding my health and redefining terminal illness and smiling through it all.